My friends, we have bananas in chat because we are streaming on twitch.tv/Asuma, the place where the live streams take place. Oh, sorry, something wrong with my voice then. Oh, jeez. Morning voice, eh? You know? Morning voice. That's what it is. Peeps, we are having issues with my connection. Drop frames. The quality here on Twitch might be bad. I'm also just recording this live to hard drive for the second channel. So if we get any disconnects during this stream, you know that I know that there is something wrong with the internet. Oh. Internet, sort it out. Jeez. I don't know what it is. Have we got a Mace School in chat? Hey Mace, how's it going, dude? We got Ninja17 Reapers here for 2 months. We got K1W1 Peaches. I want to call you Kiwi Peaches for 2 months. I like kiwis myself, not peaches so much. X Shaggy here for 8 months. Thank you so much, appreciate you. And ladies and gentlemen, today I am joined by a hot cup of mocha. I realised it's probably been 3 or 4 weeks since I last had one, so time to treat myself. Ah, scrumptious, perfect drinking temperature. Summer Gump is here with a prime. Thank you ever so much, Summer. So for the beginning of this stream, I'm just gonna drink my coffee. Oh, that really is premium, perfecto. Oh, I hope you like slurping noises. You're gonna get plenty. Onagos, thank you very much for support. Cop Zazinki is here gifting subs to Lady Philo, Raider Cat, Zinfan, Sweet JP97, and MJR Dunn. Cop Zazinski, thank you for your gifted subs. And did I say your name correctly? I tried my best. I read it a couple of times and I thought I'm going to try my best for this one. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to drink it all in one go. Slytro is here for 14 months, loving the vids and the researched points of view. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Oh my goodness me, it's so good. Oh, it really is. It really is the best temperature to drink. And I'm thinking if I distract myself at all for a minute or two, we're going to miss out on all of that. So for what we're doing today, which one of these was empty? That one. I need some just basic like stone just to build with, you know, just to build shapes. Not textures, not aesthetics, not prettiness, just shapes. So we're going to bring that box with us as well. And while I'm here, I'll think about what else we might need. Excuse me. Oh, goodness me. Your average Crusader is here for 9 months in a row, saying 9 months, what a journey, thank you for what you do and make my day every time you stream or upload a new vid. And enjoy your day. Thank you so much for a lovely message, dude. Jellyman2001 is here for 6 months. D-Staff is here for 5. Thank you so much. Apparently we've got 1,000 viewers here already. Wow, Joe, MC, thanks for pointing that out. And everyone, thanks for tuning in. We might have a Jevin in chat as well. Peeps are saying hello to Jevin. The Brandy Lion is here subscribing. Thank you so much. This is how you start a stream. Just stand around doing nothing. I tell you, it's the way to go. Sebastian says totem visible. Yeah, I still haven't got around to fixing that. Official Jaden is here gifting 2 subs to Step In Razor 94 and Hungry Cowplant. Thank you so much for those gifted subs. Jaden, appreciate ya. Why is Jevin still up, says Sophie Monkey. Or maybe he just got up. Maybe it's early morning for Jevin. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I'm so glad I decided to have this. Really good. Sandarino says U13 is that game you're making, right? Yes, that's correct. Oh, that is all of it. That is a mocha in one go. My belly is warm, and that was fantastic. Whew. Maybe it could have been just a little bit hotter, you know? Nah, that was pretty perfect right there. Poetry Slam 78's here for 4 months. And Tu Sundari is here for 6 months. Where's my bed? I left my bed somewhere. I actually have another one in my backpack, so when we arrive... Mobs will probably start spawning in this area as we fly over. So let's get to the torched bit. Sound effects required. And slap ourselves into that bed. Terrandula is here for 2 months, and the Brandy line is gifting 5 subs to A Cockle Man, Phonix Ink Pie, Zizzy Bob, Tainted Phonix, Bravo165. Thank you for subscribing, dude, and thank you for gifting the subs. Very kind of you to do that. We got Mr. Timbo here for 7 months. 7. Saying, I don't often get the chance to hop in, but I surely wish I could. Always a pleasure to watch these streams. Super relaxing and just really entertaining. Thank you for that lovely message, dude. I'm glad you enjoy what we do here. What does U stand for? Mods. Don't know why you're asking the mods. You're in my stream. You can ask me. U is for unlucky. Yeah, didn't I say that a second ago? Unlucky 13 is the name of the game. Not that, 13 is unlucky. I actually like 13 as a number, it's a prime number. Which is a good number. I think primes are cool, right? That is the wrong chest. Literally finished the new episode, says JJB. Well, great timing, my friend. Your timing is impeccable. Excuse me. Commander Gonk says, put walls between the arenas. Ooh, that might just be where we start today. I think that's a really great place to start, actually. There's a few like modifications I need to make to this bottom area. One of the things I want to include in our design of this arena is gaps to shoot through, but we're also going to close in some of the area here as well. And I've brought with me the materials in which to do this. Let's plop down these shulker boxes, and I'll have to give you a rundown of the concept of the game. That is for sure. We want cracked nether bricks and nether bricks. We want these slabs and more of them. So where is my ender chest at? Okay, always with the organisation, me. Look at us go here. Productivity. We're going to need lots of these slabs. Okay, and then we need some stone. Right, so let me explain. I could even just show you. I could show you all the game in action because I built all the redstone. How cool is that? That is very cool, I think. ABC Kiko is here for 5 months. Lady Gecko is here for 5 as well. And Holes137 with the Prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate you all. Creeper Hunter says, X, will you make it more difficult to get closer to targets? Yeah, we haven't built the arena. The arena will shape the way you play the game, okay? We could even tear down this arena and build another one if it's not good enough. We could perhaps make it seasonal. Later on in the season, someone tears it down and, a guest comes in and builds another one, right? You can fill the arena with obstacles, challenges, etc. to progress. So, this is just the framework for something much larger. Before we actually test this, let's just place down some slabs above the water streams, which is something I wanted to do. Let's have a little bit of a waffle. Do some basics here, get some stuff off my chest, let the people tune in before we start getting into the weeds of all of this, right? So yesterday I had a little bit of time. I decided this week to give myself a break from all the exercise and have a little bit of R&R and try and relax more, and I definitely achieved that. But I tell you what, I have had the itch to play a game the last week, and you know me in computer games, I do not like to be unproductive. I don't like that feeling like I'm not doing anything, and sometimes computer games give me that feeling. And so I spent probably an hour looking through my archive of games, looking at games online, and just feeling like I couldn't find anything I could justify playing. I just have such a strange experience with playing games. It's like, if I play a game on stream, I'm fine with it. It's like, we're doing something together, it's entertaining, it feels productive. if I play it to myself, I just feel like I'm wasting time. It's so weird. And I kind of really just want to play a game for a bit and zonk out. And so today what I'm going to do is just fire up the worst game of all. I'm going to just go play some Gemcraft, right? And I've actually got a podcast to listen to on the problems. I think it's called The Curse of Productivity, like the mental health around always wanting to be productive. So I thought, perfect time to get into that space. Set aside some time to not be productive. Just play stupid Gemcraft, which for some reason is like a tower defense game. For some reason I just love it. Just getting soaked up in that little world. If we do this with the perfect amount of slabs... Oh, we got 40 left. Never mind. So that's what I'm going to do later today. I'm just going to have a... Don't worry about it. Listen to this podcast and play Gemcraft for an hour and a half, right? And that's it. That's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to hopefully enjoy that. And then not worry about being productive or not. I feel like I just need it. I need a little bit of scratching that game itch, right? But at the same time, I would actually like to find a game that I could play. Something like Factorio. I mean, Factorio is such a great experience, but when I think about playing that again, I kind of just see the pitfalls of, you know, once you know a game inside out, when you go and play it in a fresh world, right? We're not talking about Minecraft. Minecraft's kind of like an outlier here, but you know all of the steps to get to where you got to go, and I think what's really fun about a game is when it's undiscovered and it's fresh. It kind of puts you in this state of mind where there's always something to be discovered and something that you're moving towards. And once you've done all of that and you know that there isn't really much else to move towards, that's when the game kind of loses it for me. And so, yeah, I kind of need something new. I think Factorio is an incredible game, but the only way I would really play it again is maybe with someone else, like playing with someone who hasn't played before and helping them make their way through it and kind of seeing it fresh through their eyes again. But yeah, scrap mechanic is fun. Molly the Spy says, "My God, you're so lame. Get some help." Sure, you can have your opinion if you think what I'm saying is lame. This is just how I think and feel, right? This is just how I feel about stuff. Hey, maybe I can't just chill out and be relaxed. That's fine. That's just me. I'm fine with being me. And being me means playing games is weird for some reason. Gives me this weird feeling of not doing anything. You know? Mindustry, yeah, I played that one. Anthracite. I've played Mindustry a lot, actually. And I kind of saw everything in that game. And so then it was like, for me it was like, you know, oh, I've seen it all now. And so if I start a fresh world, it's kind of like, with Minecraft, you've never seen it all. I've never seen this before, what I've built in front of me, right? Like, that's what's so great about it. Okay, so anyway, let's take a little bit of feedback from chat, because a lot of you are saying stuff to me, right? U13 sounds like it's meant to say under 13 years of age. Yeah, like the label. I think it's U12 over here in the UK. It'll just be unlucky 13. Satisfactory, again, a game that I played in the development stages. That's one of the pitfalls of playing games early, is that you see everything and then a little bit more trickles out and then a little bit more trickles out, but the spark of that, what can I do in this game, just disappears for me. I could, if there's a game probably deserving of trying again, it might be Satisfactory. I know there's so much more in that game now. But one of the things I found with that game is that it was kind of slow overall. Anyway, I've got a few things lined up. I've got World of Goo and might do Tyrion 2000 again. Got another couple of things different for us to play on stream together. Also, I might start streaming a little bit more this month. You know, what I wanted to do is take time off in September leading up to October. In October, things are going to get busy again. There's stuff going on with my family that I could be of more help if I had more free time. So there's that reason to take some time off in September. Also, I could just divert my attention to doing a little bit of indulgence in streaming and trying things different from one. for once. Rebs says, loved watching Tyrion 2000. Glad you enjoyed it, dude. Glad you enjoyed it. I get what you were saying and I agree. However, it isn't the meaning of playing a game to take your mind off things and have a good time and relax. It doesn't always have to be productive, says Biker Boy. Absolutely, you're entirely right. And that's the thing that I battle with, is that mindset. And so I have that worrying thought of like, oh, I need to be productive quite often. You could rename it to Lucky 13 against the common belief, since you like the number 13. JML Lemmy, I like that a lot. I like that. I thought U13 can make a really cool logo, but with L13, we could have the L act as like a square in which the 13 resides, right? So this is probably going to be a bit too big. I'm not sure actually. Let's think this through a bit. So I'm going to need... Oh, the jump boost might for once be helpful here. So the one is going to be there. Okay, and we'll actually just make it 1 pixel wide for the sake of potentially being a little easier on our eyes, or easier to build, something like that. Yeah, so we go to about there, okay. This is actually going to be quite easy to build, I think. And I would probably make this way bigger, right? But, and some of the proportions might need to change. But that, I can tell already it's not going to look too great. But like L13, Lucky 13, actually kind of works. And I think I want my logo to be bigger scale than that. So it gives me lots of flexibility. We might do a little bit of creative building later this episode and try and actually come up with a logo. Because L13 is not taking up a lot of space. And that means if you blow it up, you have more room for detail. If you start with something where the lettering or the numbering to get the point across, the name is like already taking up a lot of space, it's harder to then blow up. So I think we're going to rename this game to L13. That's a really great suggestion. And I'm going to have to eat. There we go. Whew. Okay, you're dead. Get glowed, sucker, get glowed. Creepers, no! Yeah, we kind of don't actually want any mobs in this area, so I'm going to just fly off into the distance and fly back again while we read some noises in the air. Flugel 007, a subscriber Amazon Prime. Cbang92 for 2 months. Devicrates with the Prime. Herminator for 18 months. We've got Widder Shins with cheers and those biddies. Saying... How do you know when it's important to stand up for someone online instead of watching harassment happen in a virtual space? As a neutral learning guy yourself, at what times does neutrality become toxic? With a shins, great question. I think first of all, shouldn't perhaps conflate neutrality with toxicity. Like, there's always, I think there should always be ground for someone to be neutral. Actually, no, this is like an incredibly broad question right here. I like philosophy, and I was watching some videos on philosophy recently. The channel's called Crash Course, by the way. They got a Crash Course series on all the different types of philosophy. There's like 30 or 40 episodes or something. There's a couple that I've watched so far have been fantastic, and I'm going to watch all of them. But one of the things they talked about there was something similar to being a stand-up. What was it? It was like talking about virtuosity, right? This idea of how to be the sort of human that other people want to be, and about how it's quite difficult to define. It's like seeing the extremes of action at either end and finding yourself somewhere in the middle. So the example they gave in this video was that if you see someone being mugged, okay, we might say the moral thing to do is to go in and intervene. But if that person who is doing the mugging is like, taller than you, physically stronger, you're potentially just putting yourself in danger. So the actual more sensible, better, smarter thing to do is to actually call for help or call the authorities, right? So the situation is quite specific and you'd have to weigh up the options. So I get the feeling like you're talking about something specific, but turning it maybe into a broader a broader conversation. And maybe the better thing to do would actually be to focus on the specifics of what you're thinking about, and then realizing if you should get involved or not. Maybe you're the person who's neutral. So if you're seeing something toxic take place that you really have no understanding of or not much to say, maybe neutrality is better. But if it's a field or something that you really understand and you can go in there and say stuff, or get involved in a way that's effective, then maybe that's your place to step in, right? I'll actually give you an example right now. Let's put a pin in that. Let's come back to it because I really want to introduce everyone to the game and start building, and now I realise I'm just standing around waffling. So we want to do Minecraft stuff while we waffle as well, right? Let me introduce everyone to the game, okay? The redstone mechanics are all here. We're going to be building an arena around this. The idea is that you have a team on either side, and these teams are going to shoot the targets, but with an accurate shot, by the way. It's got to be closer to the middle. So if you have a successful shot, you will get a point, which will appear on the scoreboard soon enough. There it goes. A little bit of a delay, that's fine. The other team is now not able to shoot from that spot. So let's go to the other side. Okay. See, it's been closed off. So this team now shoots this one over here. And then this one over here. Wow, my shots are really inaccurate. They've got to be good shots, you see. Right, and now we're going to score 2 points over on this side. And they will appear on the scoreboards in just a moment. So Cyan team now has 2 points. Pretty cool, right? Guess what? These ones are locked out on the other side. So once all the points have been divvied... that's a good point. It will take the players in the teams to actually point out that all the things have been shot, right? Yeah, the win condition kind of relies on both teams going, oh look, there's nothing left to shoot, the game is over. But that's fine. I think that's not flawed. That's just not as convenient as it could be. And there you go. We've got a reset mechanism to reset the game. So what this means is that the arena will shape the way in which players can access different targets. So one of the things they're not going to do is be able to shoot through the gaps where there isn't much of a gap. So there is clearly a gap here. We want to leave a gap. And then in this spot and that spot there isn't. So we're going to start off by filling these things in with nether brick. That's going to be like our in-between aesthetic. And eventually we'll end up really like shaping that and trying to make it look interesting. So I've got my nether bricks in my inventory and lights. Lights was the thing that popped into my head. Which I already have a stack of torches. Probably more than enough, but we'll grab those extra ones. And we're going to need scaffolding, so here we go. Okay, so putting a pin in what Widdershin said and bringing it back. Okay, there is some toxicity going around on the internet at the moment that I'm aware of. A guy called Leafy got banned off of YouTube. I don't really have a lot of sympathy for this guy. However, I realise that people are... complex and people change over time, and when I saw this guy's channel many years ago I did not like the content that was on it, considering it bullying and harassing, and supposedly not much of this guy's behavior has changed. However, I'm not someone who had a vested interest or kept a close eye on all the things going on around it, right? So what I'm trying to say is, like, I have a particular overlook of this person's content, but you know, I haven't exactly dived deep into it. The sort of videos I saw them uploading, they were taking clips of other people out there in the world and just kind of like, you know, having mean things to say about them, right? It's really easy to just see someone in a moment doing something slightly air quotes cringy and just being mean towards them, right? That's kind of easy. I don't like to partake in that, right? So yeah, anyway, this guy got banned and apparently he's harassing another YouTuber, and I keep hearing all these stories about how this other YouTuber or streamer, I think, is going through a lot of mental health issues because of this. And, you know, I err on the side of be nice to one another and be respectful. Actually, I don't think I need slabs. And so I don't, you know, if I hear that someone's harassing someone else, it's never the way to go, you know, like... Harassment is harassment. If someone's done something wrong, harassment is still harassment. There should be legal and proper avenues. Like, I kind of I don't believe in like the death penalty, for example, right? And I don't believe in if someone in our society does something, let's say, disagreeable, the course of action then isn't to be disagreeable towards them and mean towards them, right? It's to walk the better path and, you know, treat them in fairness in the way you'd want to treat everyone to be treated, to yourself to be treated, right? The biggest problem with Leafy's ban is that he never got a warning, despite YouTube systems saying there should be, says Brainy Scorpion. Yeah, that, you know, that's a problem. If their system, if their rules say there should be a ban, then sorry, there should be warning, then yeah, fair enough, a point to bring up. But it would invoke little sympathy from me, as you know, the guy's, I assume, been doing this thing for a while, right? This kind of bullying-like contact. Apparently he's back, someone says. And there it is, the kind of attitude I see in chat about the person who he is harassing, who I know little about, but again, it's just that the harassment thing is the problem, right? That's where the problem starts, when you're harassing someone. I don't think there's justification for it. He's doing the classic YouTube thing, going on someone else's channel, says Yisat. Yeah, that's it. You know, going somewhere else, making fun of someone else. It's easy. It's easy to do. I'm not a fan of that sort of stuff, really. What are we talking about, says City Ride Toe. You could call it YouTube drama, harassment on the internet. It's just, I've just noticed a lot of discussion lately around it. And without knowing specifics, it's a little hard to get too into it, but I kind of stick again to like the principled approach, which is things like harassment are wrong. You know, regardless of who it is to. If someone has done something you know, illegal or unethical, there should be courses of action we can take. You know, systems we can go through to deal with that, not to resort to individual harassment. I just don't think it's right. Naming people is only promoting toxicity. If you don't know about the people involved, don't worry about it, says Tuxaban. I don't think that's fair to say that naming people is toxic. I don't think that's right at all, really. Because you need to be able to talk about things, right? With clarity and say who's who. I'm not encouraging anyone to go out there and do anything. And let me make that incredibly clear. Just because I have, you know, a soured opinion of someone, I'm also in no way, should be pretty obvious by what I'm saying, telling anyone to do anything with that information, right? I think I wanted to put a gap between this part here, but it's kind of looking like it's not possible. So I think actually what we'll focus on doing is getting the whole of the bottom as like one flush thing, and then the gaps are going to have to come in the upper areas because it's pretty obvious that that's the area for there to be gaps. To quote Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other, says Anna Bomb Banana. Yeah, totally. Totally. I'm on board with that. That's a great attitude. Right, let's catch up with these noises in the ear. Shaded Gamer is here with cheers and bits saying, what time is it for you? It's early for me. It's 10:20 here, so not that early. Thank you for the cheers and bits, by the way. We got Grim Explorer 615 for 3 months. Thank you for your lovely message. John Boy 166 for cheers and bits saying, at work listening and watching when can. Keep up the good work. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Fallible Scott is here for 3 months. Thank you ever so much. And Francesca 13579 is here with cheers and bits saying, hi X, my name is actually pronounced Francesca. Didn't I just say that? Maybe I pronounced it right that time, but it's fun to watch people try and pronounce it. PS, keep up the amazing content. Thank you ever so much. Appreciate ya. Yeah, I mean, I'm always one to butcher names, right? I'm always butchering those names. I mean, I call it a feature, right? That's how I get away with it. Jeez. Where are my cracked bricks at? I feel like I'm trying to juggle them about a bit and not quite... Oh, jeez, that's not cracked. And then I need my scaffolding on my hotbar. Hey, why are you not helping Tango, says Malik. Why am I not helping Tango? Jeez. I should be helping Tango right now. Well, first of all, Tango's not online. Also, I don't know what he needs help with. Yeah, so... I don't know why the assumption is that I should be helping Tango, right? Like... Put that there, this over here. We want a torch somewhere around this top area. An additional torch somewhere around this bottom area. Just trying to make sure nothing's like capable of spawning. Down here we don't want something like that happening, do we? You are probably helping Tango by showcasing his work on the gaming district, says Soap Monkey. Tango has done an amazing job on this gaming district. And EFO. We are showcasing them. We are helping them even. MJR Dunn is here gifting subs to KZ, The Adventure of Dave, Hedgemot, Curled Frog 98 and Cloaking Wolf. Thank you so much, dude, for the gifted subs. Very, very cool. Appreciate it. Arctica Wolf says frame rate a little low. We're getting dropped frames. We're having issues. I'm probably going to end up uploading my recording of this to my second channel because of these issues. So it should be better if you're watching it on the second channel, but right now clearly there's a connection issue to Twitch according to my computer, so that is a thing. Oh, I've just realised I've got to do this on both sides. It's going to take forever. This is like a massive project. Also, you know, these are great, but they're... Just got to use them with the right kind of balance. They're kind of obvious what they're there for, right? They're there to break it up. And they do that. They do that. It's just... I feel like you need one more option. Which, by the way, actually, I think I can think of another option to put in those gaps. Pearl says, interesting about the frames. I've got on that previously a couple of weeks back for quite some time. Yeah, this is the first time I've had it in a long time for me. Could be many factors, could be something going on Twitch's servers, could be my internet connection, might need to just restart my router and things would be cool. I just realised we have that texture as well, although I feel like I might want to hold on to that texture for... Yeah, I'm going to hold on to it for the more detailed stuff later, like we're just building the basic shape out to begin with, and then the detailed stuff comes later on. Because I want to try and build shapes out of this that look interesting and give this thing a bit more intrigue. Use walls, says Mr. Linner. Yeah, we are on the same wavelength, my friend. Same wavelength. Let's go put a wall right... This is Midsummer. We're 30 minutes... Oh my goodness me, we just chewed through that first record. And now we're on Midsummer. Oh god, this music's so good, I've got to turn it up. Anthony Hoeb... Anthony Hoheeb9 is here at Cheers and Bits saying, do you support the LGBTQ plus community? First of all, thank you for your cheers and bits, dude. As I say every single time, and will continue to say, I support all people who are out there being who they are. If you feel a particular way about something, whether it's sexuality, gender, or anything in between, I support that. Always. What I don't do as a person is I just don't get behind movements and... would you call it a movement or a group? Like, I feel like I would rather air my thoughts directly through words and language that I am controlling and saying, as opposed to just saying I support some group or community, because then in the eyes or ears of someone else, that could mean something totally different to them. Because unfortunately in this world there is a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of things get portrayed sort of differently to what they are. So I prefer just to say it how I think it, as opposed to say I support some group or some movement or something, right? Let's see how that thing there looks. And that's actually kind of just disappears. It just looks like a hole, but I'll leave it for now. So yeah, if I say I support LGBTQ, in someone's mind that might mean something different to what I think it means. Like I said, there's a lot of misinformation out there, so I rather use language to properly articulate like how I think and feel, so you understand where I'm coming from. If that makes sense. Why is your game so laggy? Says Rabbit Killers. The dropped frames are probably what's making it laggy, my dude. Maybe I should have actually dropped the frame rate a bit. Frame rate? Oh, what's it called? Bitrate. I should have dropped the bitrate, you know, send a little less information out and hopefully it would have been more stable. But I kind of just thought, let's hope that, you know, fixes itself. And it didn't. So, lesson learned, maybe. I'm going to put a torch on that one. Hey X, why do you use slow mode in chat on Twitch? Sometimes it's really annoying, says City Ride Toe. It's because my chat moves too fast for me to read. So if I'm able to read messages like yours, it's thanks to slow mode. Because it means lots of other messages aren't flying through quickly. MJ Annex says, you probably answered this a lot of times, but are you religious? I am not a religious person, but I do not have a problem with other people that are religious. For me, it's just something that doesn't appeal or factor in very much into the way I look at the world. But, you know, everyone sees the world differently and everyone's got different experiences, so, you know, I don't have a problem with it. Are you human, says Axie. Yes, I hope. Happy Cat Dragon says, honestly, thank goodness for slow mode. Yeah, seriously, like it's a great thing to have, really. Have you tried the game 7 Days to Die? If that's the zombie one, that's one of the ones I've actually really wanted to. Really wanted to try, but never got around to it. When we cracked bricks, there we go. Astronaut Tuner is here for 3 months. Thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate the support. Hey X, do you have any tips on being more confident when speaking in groups, says JFK. If you would consider talking to all of you as talking in a group, then you might consider me someone with a lot of experience in it, but in IRL, I don't have a lot of experience talking to groups. I think confidence comes with practice. And one of the ways you could perhaps practice without having to actually really do anything is just to speak out loud to yourself sometimes, which might sound a bit weird. What? Talk to yourself? I'm not crazy. Here's the thing, like that's what I'm technically doing right now in a way. Streaming is a good way, I think, to get you know, some practice at talking, because that's all you really need to do. I mean, I know there's more to actually giving speeches and public talking and talking in groups, right? But this, without a shadow of a doubt, has got to lend to being able to articulate yourself well, right? It'd be kind of crazy if it didn't, all this talking that you do on a platform like this over and over again. Is it night time? I don't want it to be night. Let's go sleep in the bed. Would you consider, adding the custom portal data pack? Necessitation, we actually added it briefly and then no one used it and we removed it because we had objections. Here what we do on Hermitcraft is we discuss things as a group, and if we don't have an objection then we tend to move forward with things. So if someone then objects to something we want to do, we'll take on their objection and not do it. Like, it's not a big deal, right? Like, we want to make sure that everyone likes what's happening on Hermitcraft and agrees with what's going on. So if we're going to add something custom like a data pack to manipulate portals, then everyone's got to be cool with that, really. And you know, sometimes people will take a I don't know, I was going to say something like a hit, but that sounds a bit severe. But you know, like every now and then there might be something that everyone but one person agrees with, and sometimes that person will be like, alright, cool, it's cool, we won't make a big deal out of it, you know. That's how we make decisions here in this group. Communication's super important. Like I think in reality, when dealing in groups, when dealing with all sorts of things, the idea of some sort of perfection of getting things right is more elusive than you might think, and acknowledging that everything is a sea of greys just means communication is the way to move forward. Just constantly communicate and keep people informed, keep people in a place where they can express their what they want to do, their intention, how they feel about stuff. Like, that's what's really important, listening to one another and communicating. Who is the next YouTuber you will add in Season 8, says Carl Obletti. Who says we're even going to add someone? There's a big assumption in the middle of that. Man, Wanagilok, I mean... Oh, I thought it said... Okay, I'm not going to repeat the question because I thought it was like one of these mean, I'm here to try and annoy you, and then I reread it and I was like, oh, it's not, it's something else. I'm not going to read your message, dude, but that cracks me up. I read it wrong. Duty is here for 14 months. Hello, X, have a good day. Thank you so much. I think today's going to be a good day. I got a tiny bit of Hermitcraft to record, but the rest of the day is relaxation time, you know. It is relaxation time. Hey, Sumo, what's your favourite game done by someone in Hermitcraft? Boombox by Tango Tech's got to be it. We did not play that enough last season. He rebuilt it, and I feel like the season ended before we really took advantage of it. Decked Out might be my new favourite though. Also, what about Hermitron Go? Every day I play Hermitron Go, right? Here we go. Let's take a step back and just... It's good. It's good. I feel like, yeah, so far so good, right? And... we have this like gap of 3 on the side over here. Oops. Over here it should be 1, 2. Go out to there. Let's eat some food. Feel like that's a good idea. Hey X, can you give me some tips on building in a clean modern style? I'm alright at other build styles, but currently trying to make modern bunker, thanks. I'd go to Corrales for tips on that stuff, like he's done so much modern building. He's a great person to learn from. At the risk of setting off the whole food discussion again, I am cutting sugar and sweeteners out of my diet. Day 4 and no major headaches yet, says HCF. Well, that's great. You know, the first thing that popped to my mind there would be like, maybe not try and cut it all out at once, just do it gradually like I did. But hey, if it works for you, that's awesome, dude. Best of luck with making that decision. I hope it works out for you. Scotty Teabag, there it is. I've just noticed a couple of haters tuning in, I guess you could say, in chat today. Like, what's the point? What are you doing? Do you think I care that much? Go focus on something else. Do something productive with your time. Speaking of food, what are you having today, says Salty Hallaman? Nothing much of interest. But I am having a peanut butter and jam sandwich. That is on my list today. Treating myself, it's the weekend, right? Stream Torch, says Donut Girl. Ah! Yesterday we did the Totem of Undying. I feel like we need something different today. Bass Brammer says, I read something about parents watering down sugary drinks. Any thoughts? A good start, but I think really, you know, try and get people off sugary drinks is probably the best way to go. I like, do not drink sugary drinks at all. And I in no way miss them or desire them. Like, understanding what they do to your body and being sensitive to the insulin spike due to not having a lot of sugar in the diet, you really can tell that they are just not good. Yeah, once in a while if you enjoy them, fair enough. I don't enjoy them. Haters are motivators, says Dev Diesel. I mean, you know, when you're doing something right, you attract people that hate on you as well as people that like what you do. Swagnalians is here for 2 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Photon Man says low-calorie sodas are a godsend for cutting weight, especially for bodybuilding shows. That sounds really strange because I don't think bodybuilders would drink soda. There's no real benefit to it, right? Sounds kind of strange. You know, we could go build the other side, but I feel like we want to do some fun stuff together here, right? So eventually I'll just mirror what we got on this side on the opposite side. And I'll actually probably mirror it block for block now that I think about it, because you effectively want this to be fair in all regards. Now, aesthetic blocks in the backgrounds might sound like a bit of a strange one, but you could technically argue they might make something subtly different. So I will have to do that carefully off stream, I think. So now that we've done this, we're going to have some gaps to look through. One of them won't be here. This is the beginning, and we've got that redstone there to protect. So I think what we'll start off by doing is putting more of this thing over there. It can get a little bit shapely over this side as well, I've just realised. Let's grab some more nether brick and some slabs. I'm not going to worry too much about the overall, like, theming of this right now. I can modify some stuff later, I guess. Yeah, no, I was gonna do something up there that I think actually might not be very beneficial. So just ignore me. Pearl says, do you ever find yourself exhausted after a stream, Assumer? I imagine streaming to many people at once will get stressful / overwhelming sometimes. After a stream, I get exhausted in a physical way, like just my whole throat and voice is kind of done after 2 hours, so it needs some time to repair. Otherwise, I'd say not really. I've streamed for a very long time now, and streaming has changed over time. There was definitely a place earlier on where it felt a bit more demanding and difficult, and you know, where I've just developed, I guess, a skill set for doing this, it's become easier with time. But also, I think one of the biggest things for me to do was to constantly drill in the positive side of thinking about this, because there were streams in the past where I just like feel like I wasn't entertaining or good enough and get like these weird negativities locked in. And I just kind of realized over time how that's just a negativity being negative, right? Like, there are people here tuning in to watch, that's good enough. And then just frame everything positive from there, really. Because a lot of stuff in life, I've learned, is really just how you think about it. It's not actually one thing or another, it's just what you decide to say to yourself about it. Tends to make most of it true. This is what I'm doing with my time. Okay, how I think and feel about it has a lot to do with that internal dialogue. Okay, there we go. Positive thoughts can change can change everything, says Neowind. Absolutely. And I believe positive thoughts should be built out of rational ones, right? Like, you can't be on fire and go, this is great. Oh, I love this burning business. Jeez, this is wonderful. Can't do that. You've got to have some rationality and realism behind it. And, you know, like, I've been doing this for a long time now, and I feel like I've air quotes made it, right? I'm I'm comfortable with it. I love doing it. Let's just focus on enjoying it. I've gotten to that point where I've sort of whittled out all of the worrying about numbers and video views and Twitch streams, and it's just about enjoying it and having a good time now, right? That's what I think everyone should work. Well, I'm a big believer in not making broad statements like that's what everyone should do, but at some level I think, you know, if you're in the creative industry or whatever, you should be working towards doing what you know you enjoy and then living it and getting that negativity out of your head, which is probably easier said than done because we know how dangerous the numbers games of social media are. But, you know, when I'm saying it here and now, it took time. It wasn't an overnight thing. I've been doing this for years. It's taken me quite a while to get to this very positive space, I guess. Badger D is here for 12 months, a whole year. iHoward7 has subscribed. Eva HC is here for 16 months saying, hey, X, love the streams, but stop talking about food. You're making me hungry. I'm sorry. Cabal Gaming is here subscribing as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Fasolk says, hey X, I recently found your music blog and I really enjoy reading it. Great work. I'm glad you enjoy. Dude, I totally forgot to post the latest one this morning, so post-stream activities list, got to post that blog. It is about the Mushroom Heads record, which I really didn't get into very much. Ah! Jeez. Down I go. And speaking of music, I've got a couple of artists I think I'm going to get back into. One of them is Burzum. I absolutely... I can't even find the words to describe how absolutely magical that guy's music is. Oh, I fell off again. He may have some abhorrent worldviews, but if you separate the music from the person... his music was just like utterly remarkable for me as a young person listening to it. And where I've like dug up these old Baffery records lately and listened to them again, it's been so fascinating to listen to like music I loved when I was younger through this lens of like, okay, I'm going to write about it and let's be articulate, and it just feels like I'm exploring the music for a new dimension. And so like, for anyone who likes extreme music and black metal and you haven't listened to Burzum, if I get around to doing that, like follow along and check out these records because the guy did just some remarkable stuff. Abhorrent worldview is putting it mildly, says Ash Al Tiriak. Well, you know, it depends on the severity of the word abhorrent, wouldn't it? Like, abhorrent is pretty strong language in my opinion. But there you go. And another one I want to do is the Cocteau Twins. I watched a video on them, like a, what do you call it, a video essay, and it just really sparked off my fascination with their music, which I've mostly manifested through a different group called Autumn's Grey Solace, whose music I used to use on my videos when I very first started YouTube, when I was a very small channel. And one of my first little... I think it might have been my first video to get 100,000 views. Was called Atlantis, and it was a showcase of a part of my bass, and I used their song because I've been listening to it loads while I was making that bass. And then someone on the video just commented, "Oh, these people like rip off the Cockatoo Twins," and you know, I wouldn't use that language, but they're blatantly influenced by them, you know, in a big way. I might change this bit here actually and make it sort of come down. It looks a bit ugly, like that. Music makes Asuma fall off the build, says Official Jaden. I actually think it's holding shift and synchronizing with the server. Quite often when I play this game, I go through moments of like holding shift and then falling off a block, and I think it's just the server is like, you know, lagging or whatever, and it doesn't think I'm actually holding shift. Something like that. Okay, I think we'll go back to about here, and then it's going to be awkward to build our way up, but we'll try it anyway. Will you do another creative stream anytime soon, says Silverwinds? If I feel like that's something I need to do, like I need to design a tower, then maybe. Surely I'm not out of regular nether bricks, right? I kind of am. Let's go pick out some more nether bricks from my base. Oh, don't hit that. Okay, we got Osaka 78 for 35 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. We got Sumin Shizen here gifting a sub to Naluska. And Big Papa House is here for 17 months saying, couldn't sleep this morning, so I came down quietly and assume a stream. Really enjoying the content this season. Glad you are, dude. Thank you so much for your continued support. Tango has a big shift problem too, says Biggie. Yeah, well, it could just be internet connection issues, right? Why is it so framey, says Jake. We got dropped issues over here. Dropped frame rate issues at the moment. No Effort Ever is here subscribing. Well, you put effort into that, so thank you. Appreciate it. Right, ooh, ouch. Kind of looks like we're low. We can make nether. I mean, I'm going to need a ton more, basically, aren't I? So, don't need a bone. Don't need a bit of flesh. Not in need of that. Let's, 4 bricks. Let's free up some space so we can maximize our potential here. Super Bunny Blob is here for 3 months. Thank you so much, Super Bunny Blob. Appreciate it. Spoilers! No! Not the spoilers! You think you're going to finish the minigame on stream? Not at all. No, the minigame's going to take hours and hours and hours to make. Hours and hours and hours. Oh, jeez, it's backed up galore. Yeah, this thing has had, like, a stupid amount of stone put into it, and I think it got stuck inside of it or something. Soap Monkey, the best place to give me a music suggestion is on Twitter. Twitter is the place I go, I read it a couple of times a day. And if someone sends me something I'm interested in, I'll bookmark it or whatever, But Twitter is the place. Should make a water stream that leads to a bin around your storage room. Yeah, Shockery, that's actually something I thought about like a lot when I throw things into the gutter. It's like, what if there were a minecart to pick it up? Micah Rask says, hey X, thanks for the great content. Does the X in your name apply that you're straight edge? It doesn't. I don't drink or smoke or do anything like that. But the X does not imply that I am straight edge. Again, it's like I said earlier about LGBTQ+. Did I get that right? I ain't really into movements. I'm into like being an individual and expressing my individual perspective. And straight edge doesn't really appeal to me, despite it sort of being about not drinking and whatnot. It's like I don't like the idea of a movement having things that other people say in it and about it, that I might not actually agree with. So yeah. What's happened in the stream so far, says Hydroid. Not a crazy amount because we've just got a really big project in front of us, but we've just been working on the game. I think if we want to get something really cool done, we need to go... I remember this moment where I was like, there's that meme picture of that guy, like, with his hands either side of his head and that expression all, like, snarled up, like, what is going on here? I felt like that. I had this moment where it was like, I filled up shulker boxes full of terracotta earlier this season, and then they weren't over here, and I thought it must have been an inventory desync again, but it wasn't. Apparently I just put them somewhere else. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oops. Okay. So, we're making the nether bricks. That's terrific. What was it that just popped into my head that we should do? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. It was... When I popped in here, I saw something. What was it? Someone... No, okay, my brain's caught up with itself. Someone suggested, like, what else are we going to do? And then I suggested that we should do the logo in a creative world. So yeah, we'll pop into my testing creative world at some point. You mean this, says official Jaden. Yeah, sort of like that. That's not the same one though. But yeah, you're on the right track basically. So I'm guessing there's loads of stuff. Oh my goodness me. Redonkulous. Absolutely redonkulous. So I need those, and then I'm going to take the glass back as well. Nether bricks, nether bricks. Tell me about those nether bricks. It doesn't make a very good song, does it? Okay, we good. We good over here. Hey X, are you planning to automate the output of the smelting area? It is automated. You were just watching me interact with it. We got Super Bunny Blob here for 3 months and Robbie Green 15 for 2 months saying give us a quote of the day. To worry is to suffer twice. There's your quote of the day. Worrying is to suffer twice. Actually, you know, worrying is to suffer twice or once, because you suffer when you worry, but you might not actually suffer the thing you're worrying about. So I just made that quote really, really big and over the top. To worry is to potentially suffer twice, but if you don't suffer, then you only worried once. I don't know. Jeez, let's butcher it. Let's butcher some amazing quotes throughout history today, you know. That's what Carl Pilkington used to do. They used to give him a quote, which was like, a stitch in time will save 9 or something like that, and then he would just murder it and turn it into some other, like, oh, Carl Pilkington. What a legend. Am I the only one online? Jevin. Help us out, Jev. We don't want mobs spawning over there. Will the creative build be a creative live stream, says official Jaden. Oh, no, it'll be today. We'll go design the logo at some point. That'll be the plan at least. To worry is to suffer more, says Lovely Dragon. There you go. There you go, you mathed it. You mathed it. That makes total sense, doesn't it? Right, now we can go do what we were doing a minute ago. How am I going to land on that is a good question. Got to use the old pro flying skills. Oh, there it is. Oh, pro. Absolutely pro that was, right. Oh, this song's gorgeous. It's actually gone up a little bit faster than I was originally aiming for, but I think that'll do. Cool, now we've got to fill in everything below it. Oh, now I'm looking at that and thinking it should have started from further back. Ugh! I might do something different at the end here though, let's have a look. So if I put like a block there. That would just be, yeah, okay, I can leave that. That works fine, basically. I'll actually show you what I'm thinking. We'll leave myself some reminders for the future, essentially. And I've gone too far. Well done, me. In fact, I'm just going to encase this thing now. Hey, Asuma, what is your definition of dumb arguments or arguments not worth arguing? I don't know. I mean, yeah, there probably are some arguments and ideas out there that are not so great, but I'm kind of not sure what to say about that. Hey, X, how much does it take to truly make a tower? Lately, the last tower I built, I pumped out really quickly. It becomes like a skill set eventually. Like, you just kind of know the knack of the things that you're doing. Although the last one that I built was heavily based on the designs of the others, so there's that. Right, there you go. Making tons of progress today. Do you know, and if yes, what do you think about Ask Reddit, says Nico Plosono. I find Ask Reddit kind of interesting, some of the stuff that pops up on there. But one thing I've learned about Reddit is that it's a very biased place. Having been browsing there casually for years, it's only in learning to understand that echo chambers is kind of a concept that applies to everyone, not just this idea of, oh, those people with a different opinion to me, they're just in echo chambers. It's like, nah, we're all in echo chambers. Then Reddit kind of looks different to me now. Like, I just see how a lot of the information and things that get shared there are very buzzwordy and reinforcing the ideology that most people share in that space. We got cheers and bits here from Widdershin. Says, I'm kind of confused on your stance on the LGBTQ movement. What I'm understanding is that if you wouldn't want to stand for either or against because you don't want to be put in a box so people can assume your opinions automatically. Am I understanding you correctly? If so, this is because you don't want to step on toes as a public figure. You do understand me, but not about stepping on toes. I mean, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, right? And I have my reasons behind my opinions, and they're not motivated by any ill will, but ultimately whatever I say is going to upset someone at some point. That's just the nature of having opinions, right? We don't seem to all find ourselves on the same wavelength. But you got the first bit right, yeah. I don't want it to be like, because I see it happen all the time online where people assume things about one another based on something that they support or that they're a part of, right? And so I'd rather not be a part of something and just express my opinion on this thing very clearly and articulately based on how I see it. It's also another problem is if you put yourself in a part of a movement and then someone in that movement does something you don't agree with, like, the actions of others can paint themselves on you as well. So that's why I tend to be very individualistic towards these things. And pretty much towards everything. I can't think of much where I therefore want to become part of a group unless it was, let's say, probably something very non-political and very entertainment oriented. Then maybe I'll be like okay with being seen as a part of a group, right? Like in terms of having an opinion on something. So yeah, I think I answered all your questions. Also, we got Jorgmunda IX. Jeez, I butchered your name for 2 months. Thank you so much. Original Pori as well. Robbie Green 15 for 2 months. Oh no, we read your one out. Yes. Thank you again though. Thank you to all of you for your support. Okay, right, so we've got a couple more blocks over here to place. For example, the writing of BLM protesters that wasn't a good thing, says Riley Turton. Yeah, that's kind of an example. The way I would express that is that if you go, I support Black Lives Matter, then in the eyes of someone else, you're potentially being painted as supporting rioting and some of the things that took place over these last few months, right? Because I support peaceful protesting, no doubt. I don't support rioting. I certainly understand why it happens, and I think it's important to understand why it happens and not to just be outright dismissive. But if you say, you know, I support Black Lives Matter to someone who's got a particular coloured view of that whole situation, that might mean you're saying, oh, I support writing and I support this stuff, which is why I prefer the idea of articulating your stance and understanding of things as opposed to just being like a part of that. But I could be wrong about that too. That's just the kind of the way I see it. Stellian says, Asuma, could you still say you support and welcome LGBTQ people though, as in their orientation doesn't matter? Absolutely, everyone is welcome here. Totally welcome. I feel like what I'm trying to say, like the point is getting a little bit missed maybe with some people. It's like it's irrelevant to the thing itself. It's just a position of like being aware that if you say you support something, it then gets coloured in the eyes of other people. So as someone who talks about this sort of stuff, I'd rather just be articulate. Like when someone comes and says, do you support this thing or do you support that thing? That's a hot loaded question, right? Imagine someone saying that, and imagine that they're okay. And this is getting political, but let's not get too into it, right? We'll say Black Lives Matter, and let's say we take your Fox News kind of right-wing look at it and your CNN left-wing, and so someone on either side asking if you support it. Do you think they're asking the same question, or are they thinking of your answer if you say yes or no as meaning something very different? Okay, that's the point that I'll make. Not making a value call on whatever of those sides represent. I'm just saying that's my problem with it, is that that one question means something so different to who asks it. And, you know, it can be very easy for people to end up in that space. Fox feed. Did I say Fox feed? I meant Fox News. If I said Fox feed, that's bizarre. So then it becomes very easy for people to just turn the questions and the answer into their worldview already, right? That's what I'm getting at. Okay, so we are currently building a like a gap across the middle here that other players are going to be able to shoot through from the arena. This is like an incredible amount of work. I'm realizing I thought that this would sort of be like we'd be a lot further ahead now, but that tends to be over it. Soap Monkey says X believes in waffling over short and possibly variated meaning statements. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of it right there as well. I believe in articulation because I also believe situations are so much more complex than just simple ideas, and they also revolve around what information you've been exposed to. So there's a lot that can be said about anything really, and I think education in the sense of people having a big and broad understanding of how different people see things and whatnot is really important. Really important. Hey X, are you going to build an arena around the game, says Wally Clough. Probably not today, but yeah, that's the plan. I just starting to feel like we're not going to get as much done as I would have liked today. I'm thinking I've built this bit wrong possibly. Let's have a look. It's going to have to come down to this sort of height. Let's put that there. And let's put a torch just up there just in case. Yeah, because we kind of want to maximize this gap that we're creating. I want the players to be able to shoot each other across these gaps, so they need to be relatively large, I think. And guess what? We're probably going to run out of materials again, so we might go into creative world. What I really need to do is put my player AFK at the smelter and go into a creative world, which I can do now that I think about it quite easily. Okay, so Siberal is here for 6 months saying thank you for all the live streams this season. Enjoyed the time and benefits. But now I will study and manage my finances a bit. Good on you. Do what you need to do. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for 6 months of support. OKTJ is here with a subscription, and Ferocious Invicta is here with Cheers and Bits saying, I was watching the Asuma Says channel, worth a look. And, well, thank you. And you asked a really baited question and answered like a pro. Glad I support the channel. Thank you for your cheers and bits. Yeah, I've definitely been asked some baited questions before. As for everything we said this stream, that ties into the point again of why being articulate about things is important and having bigger and broader answers to stuff and not getting pulled into those buzz question yes or no's. I think it's really unfair when interviewers tie someone into a hot loaded question and then they ask for them to have a yes or no answer. Even if it's someone like I tend to disagree with, it's still not cool. It's like a total tactic that's kind of, in my opinion, not very faithful or fair. Paul says, I'm jelly of how well Asuma words things. I just malfunction and break down in anxiety. I've had a lot of practice, remember. One of the things that helps me articulate myself is listening to people who are articulate themselves. So, I mean, if you're watching and you're thinking, hey, I want to be able to talk like this. I watched other people thinking, hey, I want to be able to talk like that. So, listen to people who can be articulate and try and take it on board. And you also need a place to practice. Like, for all the things that I've listened to over time, I never really got good at talking about anything until I had this space in which to do it. So, that's kind of a thing as well. Pearl says I should keep watching your streams. Yeah, subtle plug to my own streams there. Yeah, just keep watching. Just keep watching these streams. That's all you need to do. Great stuff. X used to mumble way back, says Evok. Yeah, if you go watch my old streams, you'll just see like I was nowhere near as articulate. Bread Tab says, I feel like the loaded question tactic undermines its own side. Yeah, I think it does if you're not into being on sides. Because when you're on a side, you kind of like, you know, you're trying to pick up points and whatnot. And yeah, but when you're not playing into that side dynamic, it doesn't look very favourable, does it? Right, I need more nether slabs. I should have got those a moment ago. Aren't we actually like now running out of nether bricks, essentially? Well, here we go. I feel like this might dictate the arena. Like, we might set it up so there's like two platforms, one that goes higher and one that goes lower, so you can really look through this space and see where the other teams are. The cheeky plug. OX, you sell out. Joke. Hey X, why are you going to hide the piston? Are you going to hide the pistons? No, the pistons will stay out on display. There's not really a need to hide them. I tried putting trapdoors around them and stuff, and it just... They actually kind of just look fine being part of the layout, so it is what it is. Yeah, so we have a little bit left, but I think what we'll do is go AFK over at my smelter and pop into another world. There's a wandering trader. What? What? Where? Well, I tell you what, it should be relatively near me. Because... Wait, where is it? Like, I was the only one... Like, unless Jevon's in this area as well, it might be not near me in this area. But in theory, it's got to be sort of relatively near to where I was. Oh my goodness me. People in chat spotted it. But I can't. Ah, gotcha. Wow, you lot of... He's hiding out over here. Well done. Do you have any blocks that I want? Actually, it doesn't, but we'll trade nonetheless. Chat has eagle eyes. Yes, chat has eagle eyes. Absolute eagle eyes. Okay. All of this stuff was related to this project, so it can actually just go in here. And so can those, and lights. And now we've got a stupid amount of inventory space. Let's go trap it before it gets away. You, sir, will be trapped. No! Do not foil my plans. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let him wander. It's what he was designed to do. Rightio. I didn't memorise this. Actually, I did. I saw ancient debris and I was like, ooh. A little bit of that debris that is also ancient. Or what else was there? I can't remember a thing. Alright. Alright, don't wander away too far though, dude. Stress heads. Wells heads. Prismarine. Wool. Gravel. Purple. Stone. Crafting bench. Prismarine. Gravel. Stone. Prismarine. Then you start looking at the blocks and the system falls apart. Gravel, prismarine, stone, purple. I think I said purple. Okay, so there's a few. Now if I look in chat, I bet yeah, look, chat is trying to tell me what to remember. Peeps, I appreciate your efforts. It's always probably going to be better if I just try and do this myself. So now let's go wall, crying obsidian, chest, furnace, and crafting bench. They're kind of like the classics. Crying obsidian, wall, and then our classic chest, crafting table, the originals, you know, and the furnace. And the furnace is somewhere. Also, I saw basalt. There is the furnace. Now that will do us good for the next set of trades. We didn't get wool. No, we didn't get that either, actually. Right, what's that? Jungle wood? Do I see here? Junglewood, spruce, lapis, TNT, junglewood, a spruce, a lapis, a TNT, that one as well actually. Where be the lapis lazuli? Oh, this guy comes with so many trades. Crying obsidian, that was one. Oh, maybe I ran out of lapis. No, there it is. Yo, dude, let's trade, man. Chiseled nether bricks is one that we're after. Chiseled nether. See, someone in chat said nether bricks when they were chiseled. Very important. Okay, chiseled nether bricks and wool. 2 left. That's got to be easy. That's got to be easy now. You think I might have memorised the layout of some of these a bit more by now as well? But no, this one's... I think this one's got chiseled nether bricks in, right? At least I thought it was in that one. It's not in this one. Maybe it's the one that's missing. I ran out of something at some point. Let's go get some, because we're like right next to nether bricks. Rightio. Rightio. Chiseled nether bricks. Seen the Batman trailer, says Damn. I have not seen the Batman trailer. Nor was I aware that there was a Batman movie. Shouldn't we be expecting like a movie drought over the next few years, or starting soon as well? I feel like that's going to be a thing. There's just going to be a noticeable lack of movies soon. Call it Targets Acquired. That's a pretty cool name, but we got a plan. Right, I'm going to try and use up this space perhaps. And then put all that stuff somewhere else. Oh, we did pick it up, okay. Hollywood actually has a lot of backlogged movies, says Lord Jeebus. Yeah, that's interesting. You hear stories about how like a movie took a long time to get released every now and then. And maybe that's quite common. Yeah, there could be a backlog. Huh. But then if they release all of their backlog stuff, it might not catch up with itself, but possibly it could. So, oh yeah, got to kill the trader as well. Thank you for reminding me, chat, you very cruel people. Oh, simulating murder in a computer game. What is wrong with me? What is wrong? I'm a heinous person. Jeez. Starting to, there hasn't been any movies released in cinemas at all this year. They can't. I see movies all the time and I haven't seen any in forever. There have been movies coming out this year frequently so far. I'm just saying I was expecting a movie drought soon. I mean, using your own lack of watching movies as evidence for movies not being released doesn't make sense, because just because you're not watching them doesn't mean they're not being released. I've seen a fair few released this year. I watched The Lighthouse a while back. It was pretty cool, but I felt like it was like a bit of a one-off movie. Like one you'd watch once and be impressed with, but maybe not watch too many more times. Right, noises in the air. We've got a few to read. Sir Pringo for 2 months. Hey X, I've started watching using Vanilla Tweaks and it's amazing. I've even told all my friends about it. Oh, thank you for doing that. Yeah, Vanilla Tweaks is a wonderful thing, isn't it? T James 7301 is here with cheers and bits, saying I love listening to you talk about all sorts of things. I learned so much from you. Keep it up. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Very kind of you to say so. Thank you for your cheers and bits. We've got Geeson1 here for 6 months. I accidentally sprayed deodorant in my mouth. When I talk, I have this weird axe scent. I thought that was genuine for a moment. Then I saw the axe scent. Scent of an axe, eh? Scent of an axe. Let's get more nether brick stuff smelting, because we're going to need an absolute crazy amount of it. I should probably just take everything I've got here and be like, right, off to the smelter we go. Take some trips back and forth. Do you think Minecraft is a good survival game, says Bob Ashen? Yeah, definitely. I mean, depends on what you want survival to be, right? Do you want it to be realistic or just be fun, or, you know, what's the objective of the survival? But it's also one to massively popularise the concept. Hey X, do you like vanilla and or modded Minecraft, and why? I like both, but I don't play modded Minecraft very much, as you might have noticed. I just, my gripe with modded Minecraft is that it's not an extension of Minecraft that often. It's more like a, hey, I've written a mod that just adds my thing into this game, which sometimes works, sometimes good, but sometimes can be a bit dull when you want that more expanded Minecraft experience. What genres do you prefer for movies, says Doomsters? Drama always be my favourite. Like I love you know, character arcs and character development, that kind of thing. That's what I like in movies. I can watch other stuff. I'm quite a big fan of horror, although I feel like I've watched so much horror it will never scare me again, but yeah, the main thing for me that a movie needs is like a good character arc, or multiple character arcs. So that's generally the kind of movie that I gravitate towards. But I kind of like most things really, if they're done well. DJ Will Kane says, recommend any good horrors. One I want to watch again is Hereditary, which is kind of like a recent one. You know, just off the top of my head, I'm so terrible at this, like, trying to remember stuff. I've seen loads of really great horrors. Conjuring was another, like, more recent one that was really good. I like your classic horrors as well. I like your horrors that aren't even scary, like your zombie flicks. Those are fun. Okay, there we go. You know, more than I'm ever going to be able to do anything with. It's going to break the whole system. Also, I kind of realised something. This down here doesn't make sense, our redstone thing, because once this fills up, that up there stops getting filled. So in theory, what I want to do is take all of this out of here and chuck it into there so that we keep producing bamboo. So our flying machines should now kick off again soon. What we're going to do though quickly is just get in here and log out. I'm going to fire up the old AFK. I just need to change my profile. Also, I'm not sure if there's going to be spoilers in my test world. So let's just turn off that for a second. Actually, I'm pretty sure there are going to be spoilers. Yeah, there is. What would you know? Okay, let's fly over in this direction. We'll plop ourselves down over here for the next part of the stream. Okay. Bam! I, my friends, need to go to the loo. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm back. Drinking some water. Oh, there's Doom DLC coming up. Well, I haven't beaten Doom Eternal yet. That's a game I should probably finish playing already. Derpanado says, how did you start your diet? It's tough for me. Well, first of all, a diet is not something you start. You're already on a diet. You're always on a diet. Diet is what you eat. So you should look at it as... this is what worked for me. When I give out ideas and advice, what it should really be about is always trying. Okay? If you fall off that trying to better yourself horse, always get back on it. But take in different forms of advice, try and find what works for you, right? For me, you know, diet was something to be changed progressively over time to push in the right direction, rather than be like, I'm going to eat healthy now and dumping in the deep end, right? If you're eating pizzas every day and now you're eating salads every day, it's not going to work, is it? You need to gradually move in that direction. You need to make those little decisions every day of like, right, today I'll have a little less pudding for dessert or whatever, and it gets easier when you start going in that direction. I believe in that sort of approach, the incremental one, and realizing that you're not going to just, you know, start a diet. And for some people that does work, but I think for me it works better the other way, and maybe that will work for you. Right, we got Geeson1 here for 6 months. Peanut Alpha with subscription. We got OKTJ for 5 gifted subs to Panaris 1999. Ellie1 Buck1, Crisp Pigeon, YR666, Aku Inu. Thank you ever so much for those gifted subs. Also Angel Maker 1209 here for 6 months, and Peanut Alpha has gifted a sub to Captain Starship. Thank you so much for gifting the subs. Also gifting another free to Diabolical Jogger. It's the Dutch Sheep Eliza 004, and only Bajan is here for 3 months as well. Thank you for your tremendous support, peeps. It is appreciated. I have to log in to Hermitcraft with my AFK account. I forgot to do that. Okay, so it's now there AFKing for us while we play in this world. These Twitch names are crazy. Jeez, says Satanistic Angel. They are, aren't they? They are. Just like Satanistic Angel. That's a crazy username, is it not? Jeez, I don't know. Okay, right, so... what are we going to make this out of? Actually, I kind of feel like I know. I know what we're going to make this out of. I think it needs to be made out of these two. Because of the colour scheme thing, right? It's not called wood, is it? It's called Crimson and Warped. Right. There you are. Those are the 2 blocks we're going to use alongside something else. Could be easy to go in nether bricks, actually, like if we're just using what's in the build already. So we'll put down this here as well. It does have the problem of being closer to that colour than this one, but that's fine. Then I feel like we need a background colour. I've sort of got iron blocks in my mind, but you know, netherite block would probably be the best, but no. Or maybe blackstone actually, because blackstone has, again, it's got the stairs and slabs. So we've got some ultimate flexibility right here. And these are all materials used inside the game to some extent already, right? Okay, we've got a noise in the ear from Bossier Glint 08. Thank you so much for your subscription, dude. Appreciate it. And a donation here from OKTJ saying, hey man, just wanted to let you know that I absolutely love your content and that you've helped so much with my quarantine. My girlfriend and I have been struggling a lot, but we look forward to your videos every week and it helps a ton. Thank you, love you. I appreciate the lovely message and I'm glad I've been of help in some way, and thank you again for the donation, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, quarantine's been, you know, tough in some ways for all of us. The important thing, I think, is to, you know, think about it and pay attention to, like, the mental health aspect of all of that, right? Okay, so background colour is going to be this, most likely. Oh, do I have my axe? And I don't know how big what we're building will be, but we'll start off with like something ridiculously big. And Phil, you know, I'm starting to think, isn't it like polished blackstone actually? I'm starting to think that, oh, I did it wrong. I'm starting to think that this might actually be a little bit on the dark side for picking out like the details. Let's say we double up what we did so far, okay? That allows us to put in some shapeliness. So that's our L, by the way. And I think to emphasize the L, we're going to need to make everything taller. We'll put this one here first, and we'll treat the space in between like it's doubled up as well. So normally we go like 5 high, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to put the slabs at the top. Although it might actually look a lot nicer to do this, I think. So that's your 1, and then we need our 3. Let's go grab these 3 blocks. It's going in the right direction. I think that background's going to have to change though. Right, okay, 1, 2, and here would be the first block of 13. Now my instinct is to double it up again, right? Double the space in between each time. Does actually work. For some reason I thought that wouldn't. Okay, well, we'll roll with it. So we'd normally have them like 3 blocks wide. So 1, 2, and then 3. Just going with the very obvious here, but it seems to work. So now I'd say you kind of lose a little bit maybe of... Is there room for that? Makes it a bit fat, doesn't it? Could also maybe squeeze this all a little bit closer together, but we can do that later. That kind of looks nicer. I feel like now might be the time to get a bit more stylistic with it in a way. Kind of like that. It's got a little bit more flair to it that way. Add stairs to the right sides too. Well, I've added a little bit around here. That kind of works for me. Now, I think what we're going to do is move everything closer, so... I pressed that twice, I'm sure of it. Let's move that way one. Okay, and then this stuff is going to have to go... that way by one. Yeah, I'm blatantly breaking things here, but that's fine. We'll just rebuild it. It's the easiest thing to do. Oh, that actually should have gone that way again. Should have gone that way twice, right? So, this thing is obviously going to go all the way up because it's the L. But how many blocks across? 3 would be my normal thing. So 1, 2, 3. Like over here, actually. If we give you a little tail. Like that as a logo. L13. I almost feel like we could take some of the shapes and angles here and make this more interesting. But I don't like the background. I'm going to get rid of the polished blackstone. I'm going to replace it. I could replace it with quartz, but now I'm going to go with stone bricks. Yeah, see, just much easier on the eyes now, isn't it? Okay, we got the Brandy Lion here with Cheers and Bits saying, alright, it's 3:30 in the morning, time for bed. Lol, wish me luck during these times. We've got big fires here in Santa Cruz, California. Lots of people getting evacuated. Shout out to all you firefighters out there. Thanks for the wholesome content, X. Always love your videos and commentaries. Thank you for the cheers and bits, dude. Yeah, I appreciate it. I heard something recently about more fires in California. You know, the news cycles are so crazy because stuff can sometimes just be happening all the time. Then all of a sudden it becomes a big part of the news cycle. And other times, like, things that are big immediately become the attention, and then the news cycle moves on and we're forgotten about, because we had lots of stories about fires, was it earlier in the year or last year, and then they just kind of like fizzled out, but the fires didn't, I guess. Right, so people are saying extend the L. I got a vision in my head, you'll see. You will see. Okay, pro tip for you. When you want to... Actually, I want to get that block. When you want to clone something and build it again, right? Expand the area by the distance you want and then stack. Okay, so now I've put 10 blocks between me and the next one. That gives me plenty of viewing space here, okay? So what I'm seeing is this angle here is kind of interesting. So I'm going to do that and follow it on, right? Now I'm going to lower part of this. How do I want to do this now? I think I'm going to get this out of the way and just put that there for now, okay? And I want to move it downwards by 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this you know, may or may not end up looking so good, but I think it's something like that. L13. Yay or nay on that one? Use red nether brick for the L. It looked much easier to read. It might do. Yay or nay? We've actually got yays and nays in chat, and a lot of them are yays, to be fair. Sweet. Okay, more yays than nays. That's good. The top looks empty, but yay. Okay, so I know we're talking about using... Well, let's mess around with red nether brick, then we'll come back to another idea. Let's bounce around in my head. Thank you for the A's, peeps. Thank you for the nays as well. See, I haven't used red nether brick elsewhere in the build. Do you know what? Let's just do this the quicker way, right? It kind of makes it pop a little bit more, I'll give you that. Okay, but now what we're going to do is come over here and just eyeballing it. See, does that add anything of value? I'm not sure that it does, but it kind of is a way to fill up the space. Also, it might look better if this thing just went like that. It does actually look a little bit better. The stairs where they join aren't touching, so I'm not sure what you're saying with that. Let's get rid of this again. I like that. I think that looks really cool. The 13 should be all crimson. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I really want to incorporate the two colours of the team, but we're working with 3 elements. And 2 of those elements are paired, the numbers 1 and 3. So we can always, you know, it doesn't have to be the same, does it? I'm gonna try something here, okay? Let's crimson. Okay, and then can I add crimson? Is it crimson plank stairs? No. Crimson stairs? It's just crimson stairs. Oh, wait. Hang on. What did I do wrong there? Crimson stairs with warp stairs. It doesn't replace them with warp stairs. That's what it's doing. That's really odd. Found a bug. Oh, rotation is wrong. Oh, so... Well, how does it know what rotation to work with? Or maybe it just goes to the default? And this, okay, so based on what chat's saying... Ah, I see the issue. Okay. So now what we'll do is... with, was it crimson? Yeah, almost good. Not the right selection though. And I don't have my stairs that I need. Organ music? Why are we listening to organ music, X? What's going on? I think that's our symbol right there. What's going on? Why am I listening to someone playing the organ? Jeez. That actually rounds it out a bit. Yeah, there we go. That was an improvement. Okay, so next step would be to focus on the background. We can kind of do a little better with this than just stone bricks, can't we? Polished do alright. My eyes are bleeding. My eyes are bleeding. What other nether-related material? I mean, crying obsidian emits light. That's kind of got a bit of a charm to it, you know. The other thing we might want to do is treat it like a square. Let's 0. Let's do a little bit of adjusting here for what I've got in my head. Okay, so it's only one off the top. Because I was kind of picturing it like, what if we chopped off everything here and let those poke out the top? But it looks good probably where this one does it, but not the other one, because it comes right up against the edge. I feel like we get away with that. Also, it's predominantly going to be seen from this angle, which helps extenuate that little peak over the edge. Now, I also don't want this to just be like, hey, here's my big flat object floating in the sky, right? So I kind of want to put something secondary around this, which I think blackstone might be the thing to do. People are saying nay in chat. Do you not like the direction I'm going in with the crying obsidian here? I feel like this is pretty cool. And it'll provide lighting, so we won't have to worry about it being luminous or not. I mean, the alternative could be shroom light. We could try that. That's pretty intense right there. I also feel like we need to see it from further. That's great. That's great looking. Come on. Who are these naysayers in chat? This is looking amazing. I can't believe how good it looks. Look at that. Look at that. Lots of chat are saying yes. Some of them are saying no, though. I mean, it's disappointing. We got Pigsfly465 with the Prime, and Mr. D Hobbs has subscribed as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Someone says no warped. It might look better with these two colours inverted. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Someone says, I think the obsidian is too repetitive. It is repetitive, but it is mostly covered as well, which is, well, yeah, I get your point. It's the texture that's the problem there, but I think it's going to work. Warped is just too vibrant. Mix it with some normal obsidian, says Talbar. That is a great, great suggestion. That might just be the greatest suggestion ever. Oh, it's so good. Okay. I can't remember how you tell it to distribute. Do you do 20 or something like that? Or is it... I really can't remember, actually. I noticed that hash had clipboard... What's that about? Like... comma something. It's not telling me the function that I need right there. Okay, Cluno Gamer, thank you for the suggestion. Let's try that. Let's do something a bit more obvious to begin with. That looks very even to me. That doesn't look like the percentages were factored in. It looks really good though. I might just leave it like that because it looks so good. Wow. That actually looks fantastic. You did and instead of percent. I did, didn't I? Okay, we can always undo. But then it will just replace a bit of that. Yeah, let's... I like that. I like what I see. That's happy. Okay? That's good enough for me. Okay, the next trick of the tail. No one's going to see this coming, okay? Y'all are watching, you're thinking, I know what X is up to. I know his tricks in his games. But you ain't even going to see this one coming, okay? It's gonna hit you like a sack of bricks, and you're going to be like, I keep messing this up. Okay, I need to stop being a troll, because it's not going to hit you like a sack of bricks. Okay, it's going to hit you like a sack of feathers. Okay, let's try and... actually, I don't want to wing it, I want to count it. 1, 2, 3... No, I need to count that as well. Or do I? Hang on, what am I doing? Oh, I'll wing it a bit, and then we'll fix it as we go. So I think that's the middle. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I get it right? No, I was off by 1. So, like I said, winging it is not so bad. Okay, now we created that monstrosity, right? Actually, it's going to be a bit too much. I kind of pictured it being like the same thing on all sides. Essentially, I can build a giant tower with this, but it's too big and obnoxious. So let's go ahead and make it smaller. Because we don't want to be big and obnoxious. Summon Shizen is here with cheers and bits. Sorry, a donation saying, I'm glad I was able to catch the end of today's stream. Really enjoyed listening to you speak about topics from chat. See you on Tuesday, hopefully. Oh, by the way, it'll be Monday. Monday and Wednesday now. Because things got changed around. And I love the logo ideas. I might end up sketching it in my free time. And the music is lovely as always. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed your time with us today. Okay, let me focus on this for a second. 4 more noises. I'm going to wing it again. Okay, so... that was not enough. I need to move it another 2, I think. Oops. Jeez. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for now. Guernsey Donkey's here with some cheers and bits as well, saying use quartz, it would make it stand out more. I think I'm going to avoid quartz for this. I feel like we've established what we're doing pretty well so far, and I'm going to stick with it. Okay, now the randomization here is probably a bit goofed up, and I want it to feel slightly different from what we did over there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is whoopsie doopsie, come over here, go over there as well. Jeez, going everywhere. And we want to... I think I can do the same thing again actually. Come to the middle, which will be here. I think we can just copy rotate, nice and easy. Actually, it'd be 180. Ooh. There we go. Need the -A to skip the air. Okay. Looks like I was out by 1 block. Looks good to me. That's brilliant. We won't put the logo on the other sides. Just that there. And then we're going to need something in the top and the bottom. And I think I know what it's going to be. It'll be something recessed in a little bit. And I think we'll probably just go over concrete colour. Like a flat, don't worry about it sort of colour. I think that one's probably our best bet. Because now we're in the, you know, no need for detail kind of area, so just something plain. That being said, it's very flat in comparison to this. I might change it to black concrete. In fact, I might just put carpet. I might make this stone and put carpet on top, right? Although I do want this to match what's at the bottom. Let's is that right? Grey underscore... Yeah, it is. Probably better with black, isn't it? Yeah. So then we do the same thing down the bottom, but then we're also going to have support pillars. Why not slabs? I don't know, I just feel like this is what it needs, you know? I feel like this is it. Also, there isn't something like very dark and plain that's a slab. There is the blackstone stuff, but we're already using that, and we want a little bit of contrast between this and the next. Okay, and then for support pillars, probably these. Now, there's a variety of different ways I could do this, but my instinct was to space them out like that. Ooh, how wide is this thing? Is it an even width? I guess it could have been, because I... Oh, that might explain why I had trouble picking out the middle up here. Let's count it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It is, okay. In which case, we'll come down here. 1, 2, oh. 2, 1, We'll do that. Okay, now what I want to do next, I want to do quickly. So, go over here. Do that, and then we're going to... Oh! Okay, one more command first. No. Expand. Expand the area. That should be enough to get all of it. How's that? How's that? The support beams are not good enough, but that's generally what it's going to look like. Okay? Peeps are saying stream torch. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Jeez. How could I forget about such an important thing? Right, so while we were out, how much was done? Beautiful. Beautiful. What's the stream torch going to be today, peeps? End crystal? I don't know if I've got all the bits and bobs. Actually, end crystal's pretty easy, isn't it? I think I've got all the bits and bobs for that. Cabal is here. Cabal Gaming with cheers and bits, saying, "It's been a pleasure watching you stream and learning from you how you conduct yourself with questions, but I gotta head out. Stay classy, X." Thank you for the lovely message, dude. Appreciate your support. Appreciate it ever so much. Okay. What's in here? The heads. Alright, that's fine. Firework rocket. Make it a brick. Potato. I like the idea of making it an end crystal with, like, must hold in offhand. I see a suggestion in chat I really like. So I'm going to go with it. What is it? 23rd, 08, 20. Don't shoot. Actually, I feel like that doesn't need to be implied, right? Like, the fact that it's the stream arrow, like, you got to think about it. Don't shoot the stream arrow. Other people tell Joe and all the other streamers in chat, right? So, my friends, today is a Hermitcraft livestream day. That means that you can visit the website, you know, livestream.hermitcraft.com, to see when other hermits are streaming and to learn about where they are streaming. And they are all streaming on Twitch. And you should be following all of them already. You're not following the hermits? Disgrace yourself. Alright, peeps. Hit the follow button over here on Twitch. And all that. Joe Hill's in the town hall. Raid him. Yes. Let's go raid Joe. Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone who threw the cheers and the biddies. Thank you for all the donations, the follows, the subscriptions, the priming. Thank you to all of my Patreons. Oh look, Joe's at his office. He's already streaming as well. Okay. Here you are, Joe. The stream arrow. It is yours. Right, let me go set up that raid in our Twitch chat. Clicking on the raid. Clicking on the Joe Hills. Starting the raid. Peeps, hit that raid button in chat. And I will see you all soon. Take care of yourselves. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.